Hi. So after William's talk about social networking, right, and Ben's warm-up, are we pumped for our next topic? Because, yeah, right, we talk about now we are ready internet too, and now we know how to do things with, ChatGPT, or Ben has taught us how to use AI, right? What next? What next, right? So we are at an interesting time in history, or we are making history, right? Cognition. We are at the crossroads of cognition. So why? Why are we talking about it? And what is this to do with anything? We are coding, we are solving problems, we are good. What next? So AI, what's an AI? Let me start by saying, what is an AI? Can anybody just tell me what's an AI? Whatever you want it to be.
It used to be calculators, now it's LLMs.
LLMs, right?
Alexa.
Alexa, yeah, true. So AI, as per some definitions, right, it's closer to, sorry, did I miss somebody saying?
Whatever's going to get you a Series A in funding.
Cool. Yeah, true. So it's like, intelligent enough system, computer system that, that can take the tasks and make human beings' life easy, or make it, more productive. AI, right? So that's AI helping us with daily chores or tasks that makes us more smarter, intelligent, without having a human being to spend a lot of time on it or effort on it. It does things for you, right? Ask Alexa, what is the weather today? It's going to tell you without you having to go look or check more things. So the next thing after AI is with last year we have seen in December a lot of stuff that come up in the news about ChatGPT and how CEO got fired and hired back and all that drama. What is that about, right? I'm wondering why is this, what happened here? So now it turns out that they are talking about AGI. What is an AGI? I know about AI. So AGI is something closer, more than an AI, and closer to humans, right? It can autonomously think. Hypothetically, it's a very intelligent agent. And if realized, it could actually, do everything what a human being does. So now it's like or even become better because it's picking up, learning from experiences, and doing something that humans might hesitate. It might go do the right thing, or it might cause an existential threat. We don't know. So that's what the spark was about. That was the controversy about in December. So we will talk in detail about what that is, but I want to first get into the differences, right? We are currently using AI heavy. At least I would like to think that most of the companies now have adapted AI. So yes, and they are more productive. I would think, already we are seeing that result, right? ChatGPT, we are more productive, Google searches, and AI integration into marketing, social media, right? It has become a media now from networking. So all those things are increasing productivity, getting things done faster and learning. So, but compared to what we can see in future, this is called weaker AI, right? Weak AI, or narrow, it's only narrow. AGI is a strong one. It's broader, it can do many things. So how exactly can we differentiate between AI and AGI, and should we be worried about it? Should we be concerned, like the panic that happened in December? The more we understand AGI, or the more closer we get towards achieving the AGI, the more stressed people will be, because it's something so powerful. If unleashed, what will that do? All of us need to be concerned. When I say concerned, mean be aware or be cognizant of what's coming towards you. Otherwise, we'll end up something where we are right now. Earlier this week, I think there was lawmakers who were who summoned tech CEOs to talk about what this social media is doing without any safety guardrails or control, how it's affecting our generations, our impact on the human beings in every field, right? In jobs, in psychologically and psychologically affecting people health-wise and spreading rumors, right? Now with the elections in play, what is this doing? So if not controlled, if safety guardrails are not followed or there are no checks and balances where this can go, we are already seeing with intelligent social media bots or whatever we call now at present stage. What will happen if a machine gets to that level without control? So I recollect from the interview Sam Altman had at Davos that he was like, yeah, they also at first wanted it for everybody, no control, nothing, everybody should have free access, was his thinking. Now after what they have seen in December they saw little sparks of ChatGPT-4 already exhibiting qualities like AGI. So with that, his perspective or his understanding has pivoted a little bit, saying that we need more safety guardrails before this becomes like reachable to everybody. That's learning from the experience, right? What's happened with the social networking becoming into a media and causing public havoc, right? So now that's the learning. That's the human being adapting to the unforeseen situations and handling crisis things as they happen. So that's the human being. So now AGI coming closer to humans, how are we going to be prepared, or what should we be explaining? And it's not all bad. As I talked about some of the negative things, it's not all bad. AI, we use it every day in our lives, whether we know it or not know it, it's already there, whatever we do, right? Like the cars, all electric cars, every car now, even electric or not electric, every car has a computer chip in it, right? Chips, and it does some automated, like the lane correction, right? All kinds of softwares are cruise control. All those are in there, smarter ones. Whether we know it or not, we are using every day. So how should we be prepared for something that is going to come anyway? So let's understand. So now the differences, right? AI with limited capabilities. It can do limited tasks, and it can be trained on a large set of data. It needs training in a certain domain, and it will perform in that domain itself. It's flexible, but not flexible to go beyond. Whereas strong AI or AGI can learn faster and with only little amount of data, and it can adapt and apply to different domains. Whatever it learned in one vertical or one domain, it can go take and apply it in some other domains as well. So it's smart, and it can train itself to be even smarter and smarter. The main difference, though, is going to be the self-awareness, consciousness. AI right now, like the LLMs, right, ChatGPTs or any chatbots, like it's LLM. It just predicts the words one after other, and then goes. It follows a path, but it is not aware, conscious of all these things. Whereas AGI, it is conscious. It has learned, and it can apply reasoning to closer level to a human being, or maybe it will even do it better in the coming, of course, that's in the future. So that's the main difference. That's why people are like saying, okay, if AGI is going to be better than human, then what is next for human? What do humans do? What do we do?
Relax. Take a break. Go to the beach.
Cool. That's nice. Yeah. Human beings our human brain strives on solving crisis, solving problems. You go to beach 10 days, 11th day you're like, what do I do? What do I solve? What is there to do? Right? We create problems. So that's something for us to think too, like what are we going towards? So now I'm jumping here and back, but it's the conversation or thinking that I want to present. I don't do well with slides, so I'm going to talk, but it's cool. So now talking about the AGI, right? Where are we? At what point? So in last year, we saw a little sparks of AGI coming out, but there are many companies or many researchers already researching about it and already know that it is happening. So where are we right now? What does it take for an AGI? When can we see it? Or how do we build it, right? Sorry?
100 years from now.
100 years from now? Yeah, we will talk. How fast this is, AGI, right? Smarter. It's adapting. So the way first we know what we need to build. The characteristics of an AGI. So it can learn fast, we know, it can reason well, and then applying it, generalizing it to one domain or in the domain itself, expanding on the smaller data and going to different domains, and then adapting to unforeseen situations. Like, I don't know, maybe tomorrow some asteroid strikes the Earth, unforeseen. How can it predict, or how can it protect, or how can it do whatever it needs to do, right? Unforeseen situation, nobody has seen it. So it's the ability for it to do, and again, putting in self-aware, without human intervention, can it take action? And it will take action. So maybe if people remember Terminator, right? Skynet. So, yeah, so those are the pros and cons. So, but if you think about it, like AI, you can use it to do anything, propagate, like interfering with election or interfering with something, you can do that. But what are the good things that it's doing? We only hang on to talking about some negative parts. Of course, they are impactful, they should not be happening, but on that, and forget about all the good things it has lifted the, the human civilization up. I would like to say it, because if you take 50 years ago or 60 years ago, let's take 1950s or 60s era, did we ever think that something will talk back to us and give us answers like Alexa, right? Voice NLP. Is there something that I can just go fly over things and achieve faster and be hopping from one city to another faster at a faster rate? Like, people were traveling in cars then. Of course, airplanes were there, but limited access. Now, I'm talking here today, and then tomorrow I'm in Dallas, and that is just with a normal human being, right? Think about political people or celebrities. They are 1 hour in one city, another. So how did all this happen, right? So it's evolution. It happens. The entire generation is being lifted, and it's become smarter. So there will, yeah. So that's something that AGI can also do for us, like finding cure for cancer. Automate do it by itself. Human beings don't need to spend their time, sit in the labs or do something. These AGIs can sit and do. And even faster, right? We need to sleep. We sometimes get burnt out. These have higher capabilities. So then the result production is also exponential. You'll get faster. You solve faster, right? And while we sit on the beach and produce more problems, they solve more problems, right? They solve, we produce, they solve. So that's a good combination. So the medical breakthrough is one area we can talk about. And new technologies, right? The AI now, 100 years ago, didn't exist. So with this AGI, we don't know what we'll get. We get something new. Maybe we'll be able to simply, teleport or transport to another galaxy, maybe. I'm optimistic about that, just like Elon Musk saying that we'll make a colony on Mars. It's possible at a faster rate. So that's something that I think will happen. And in science, also, right, you can do the experiments, as I said, faster rate, iterate faster, and autonomous, no human being needed. And also, this is science, this is technology, solving problems, every day making human life easier, and art. Art too, like, when you go somewhere, you're aware, you can, AGI can be aware of all the cultural aspects and produce art in a way that is hyper-local and natural, right? Sing a song or write a poem or paint something. It's all coming naturally. It's not looking back to refer something. It's all learned already. So how can we build an AGI? So at this stage, we don't have it yet. We are all stoked that it might come. So what are some of the theories that are possible or that are in play right now? What are the researchers doing for this AGI? So one is a logic way, if-else logic. You apply and go. It's for thinking. If this, that. If that, this. Right? If-else loops and all. It's at a higher thinking level. But this approach lacks the lower level of perception. Right? That's one approach. So some researchers are super focused on it, developing that, right? And another approach is for connections, like neural networks in the brain, right? You connect these networks and then make a path and solve the problem, decisions, right? And the more you confirm, your percentage of accuracy increases, and then you solidify that path. So that's another way of saying, like, for languages, right? NLP. So if we ask a question, natural language, in one language, and we ask again in another language, so understanding, making another path quickly and solidifying, okay, this is Spanish, this is English, this is, I don't know, Latin, whatever we need to, but making paths, those neural connections, learning from it and building and solidifying, it's iterating really fast. So that's another approach in research and doing that. Another one is like more making a universal formula, calculations based, right? Formulas are good, they work most of the time. So going that way as well. And for an AGI to be human level of doing things, we need a human interaction kind, right? Physically should look like human, should be able to touch, understand the sensor, emotionally able to perceive things. So that's another approach. Is one approach enough for making this?
No.
I don't think so, right? Yeah, I think that hybrid approach is what it will end up in. If we take the current world situation with the self-driving cars, right? Earlier, there were only LiDAR-based research going on, and companies focused only on LiDAR, some on radar. So now we see a combination. One is LiDAR heavy, another one is radar heavy, but they are not leaving out the other area of approach as well. They are incorporating into it. It's a hybrid model, might be heavy on one technology. So that's where I think AGI development could end up, as a hybrid model. And how do we know that this AGI is ready, right? Now with ChatGPT, we ask a question and it gives you everything, and we know that. How can you validate an AGI that it is ready? So there are some tests that we rely on. One is a Turing test that in 2014-ish, I think. Yeah, 2014, it already passed 30% of the time. What this test is, an AGI system and a human being are conversing. And a third person, a human being, is listening to it and is unable to differentiate between them. not about the intelligent conversation, but in general talking. You will think that it's another human being. So it was able to clear 33% in 2014. This is 2024. So we are way advanced. So that's where it is more realistic. Now, last year we were aware that ChatGPT passed bar exam, right? That is with information that was available to it. But I will believe in an AGI when it goes to college, takes the classes, clears the test as a human being. That's one test that we can say that, okay, we are AGI ready. And another one could be the IKEA test, right? Go pick up an IKEA box, read the instructions, and give a robot to assemble it and put it out there correctly, if it is able to do that. And then the employment, actually, now we use AI as an enhancement for our daily jobs, right? And make the productivity increased. What if there was an AGI doing this? Like in the Tesla warehouses, a bot assembles cars. What if there was a position which AGI takes and is actually economically bringing in the difference? Like, it's able to bring in the sales or salary, get paid, kind of impact. It's not just enhancing, it is actually replacing, right? I want to be careful about that. Replacing things. So, oh.
Great picture.
Yeah, that's my son. So, yeah, and again, and one more test is the coffee test. Be able to walk into anybody's house, figure out where the coffee machine is, water, mug, coffee powder, make a coffee. Can it do it? Because human beings do that. They go in, they figure out, they do things, right? And I was thinking about one more test that we, or maybe I want to see that test pass, okay? I'll talk about in a minute. So now these are the tests that we are saying that will make this AGI ready for, to go by itself. But what are the challenges currently stopping? These are the goals or where the characteristic and where I want to see it. But what is stopping it from getting there? There are some challenges. We are not there yet, right? So the challenges I see are emotional intelligence, obviously. It doesn't have it. It might answer some, in the chat, you ask something. It might, depending on the words, it will give you answer, but it's not checking your emotion, how you are asking it. So that's emotional intelligence that's not ready yet. And sensory, right? It can't touch or it can't feel anything. And making these connections. Now we are in one domain. Can we extend this to another domains? We are yet to see it. That's the challenge we need to overcome. And obviously, hardware and more energy power need to run these CPUs or GPUs, whatever we put inside, right? So how soon can we see it, right? The question, 100 years? No, no. So yeah, there's a mixed answer to that. Google's Google Brain co-founder thinks that it's nowhere near. We are not there yet with the challenges what we saw, right? But whereas Microsoft researchers have already seen these sparks, like it's exhibited some qualities, not all of them, or maybe a fraction of quality, that it's already there. So that's why they're like, oh, it's coming soon, and it's there. And so that's the mixed one. And Sam thinks that it's future, it's in the near future, close future, that we can see this, is what Sam Altman thinks. So what are its implications, right? We started out saying that we are at the crossroads, right? Cognition. What are its implications? What do we need to understand? How do we need to prepare or know at least what's going on, what the heck is going on before we know a self-driving car or AGI moves around us, right? What do we need to know? So there are some cautious things that we need to be aware of, like, if not properly safeguarded or no checks and balances in place, it could pose an existential threat because it's going to be smarter than human being. And humans, we need to be afraid of it at that if we don't do it right. Like how we are with social media now, we're like, oh, I don't want to use it, or oh, they are putting things in people's brains and causing them depression or whatnot, right? Body shaming, anything, everything. So like that, how can this be safeguarded, right? In a proper way, taken into the proper way. And as I was asking, like, I was thinking myself too, like, what will I do when it comes in and comes to my office and does everything? And at home, it's doing everything. What am I doing? Is human being relevant anymore? Where do we go? We need to pick another planet. I don't know. But I started thinking, what is relevancy? What can humans' identity shift? So if you think deeper, there will be something. These are smart, but at the same time, we will focus. Let's say if it takes off my homework, work related in the house and in the office, what am I doing? I'm focusing on something different, meaning now maybe I think a bit more into balancing certain things and applying in the areas where I want to become better as a human being, I want to engage in, and community. How can I build the community? How can I globalize things? Now with the technology, globalization, remote working, all cool, right? We work with everybody across the globe. But we still have that internet, non-internet existing areas, right? In the regions where there is no internet, where there is no technology, all people rely on is a flip phone. It's not smart. How do we help them? Or how do we make all even? So, okay, yeah. So globalization is possible. And at that time, we can actually solve maybe malaria problem in Africa or water problem in Middle East or I don't know. We will solve important things that is affecting humanity, not local problems, not related to individual country, will solve for the humanity. So that's where we become bigger, we think more, and we do things which are like grander versus hyper-local to just one company or one area or one set of people. Ethical challenges, of course, right? That's where we need to focus a lot more on guiding it properly when we are developing it or when we are putting these rules. We need to guide properly. We need to for ethical implications. Yeah, economically, yes, we will be able to achieve faster. I was looking at the interviews and feedback from the companies which are using AI heavy. After COVID, right, people started pushing more into AI. Salesforce and Accenture, these and medical research areas, they are more on the innovation using AI to produce a lot of good results. So with economical, and they are saying that people are fearing that they will lose jobs. But did anybody look at the unemployment rate today? I did. It's 3%. It's like very, very less. I know the numbers are skewed, whatever, but it still is not alarming that people are losing jobs with AI. They're not. It's only they are applying to the different areas, right?
Quality of the new jobs, though, is way worse. It's like sweatshop for digital age.
Okay. All right. So we need to improve that. So that's where we will check. That is the checks and balance that we need to put. It is producing new different kinds of jobs, but what is the quality? We need to train better. We need to put the safety and guardrails in there and make it human quality. That's where human being can intervene and do things. Otherwise, they just go as automated runoffs, right? So that's where we provide value as a human being. And we will make it a better place. We have to. There's no option. I think so. I have to. And the younger generation is already smart. High school kids, they're using ChatGPT, right?
But we don't need AGI. We need the political will to make the right changes. We have all the tech we need to
Right.
the world.
Political will, how does that come? We need to force. We need to show our commitment as a community, voice more, and get in there with our voices. And it will happen. The economic forums that keep happening are talking about this. Now, at least after 10 years, right? 10 years ago, social media was like a community thing, not anymore. Now, earlier this week, lawmakers and tech CEOs all are addressing it. It's good. I think that it is good because this is at a very early stage at AI level. We correct ourselves now. We put these guardrails now, and comes the good part. So, yeah, this is prepared by ChatGPT and me, human. I used all the images generated by ChatGPT. So if you look at this, that image, don't panic, was generated by it. Of course, all of them too. So you can see that it is not there yet. The button is BITION. So there are mistakes. And the human beings are going to correct it, are going to tell where it needs to go. We still hold that panic button, whether to press or not, or whether to stop it. We still have the authority. That's the hope I have for myself. And I think for humanity too, we will control one way or the other. We are going to do it. So yeah, this is good talk. Thank you for the opportunity. And the test I would like to see in future is that everything is written by that AGI, not a human. So, all right. Thank you so much.